Hello and welcome to Tech24. I'm Annelise Borges. Coming up on the program, how to become a cyborg. In today's show, we discuss how radio frequency identification implants are being used in experiments and why biohacking may dictate the future of human evolution. Plus, a test of Motorola's first attempt at a smartwatch, the Moto 360. Ever wished you could unlock doors, turn on your lights, or log into your computer with a simple swipe of your hand? Amal Grafstra does just that as one of the first and most well-known do-it-yourself radio frequency identification implantees in the world. Take a look.
Today I'm going to show you my motorcycle that I rewired to accept RFID authentication. So first, you can see that the key is in the off position. And turn on the engine run switch, which also activates the RFID reader. And right now, it turns over, but it doesn't start. But the RFID reader antenna is here. So when I authenticate, the bike powers up.
Pretty impressive. Now, we spoke to Amal Grafstra, who describes himself as an adventure technologist, about how it all started for him.
It all started for me in 2005. I was going in and out of my office door quite regularly, and it was a commercial door that had an automatic lock on it. And every time I would come back, even if I just had to run outside for a second, I had to bring this really large set of keys with me. And I thought keys are kind of archaic. They're really, really old technology, and it would be better if the door just knew that it was me and opened up for me automatically. RFID, you know, a lot of people are familiar with access cards where they just kind of tap it to the door and it'll open. And I thought that's exactly the technology that I want. It's cheap and reliable and robust, but I don't want to have to carry the card. So it made sense to me to find an implantable version of that. And I looked to pets. So pet dogs and cats have been getting this stuff for a long time. Maybe I could get something similar that worked with more readily available hardware. And I found that and ordered some hardware and built the system for my office store. And by the time the hardware had arrived, I'd already talked to my clients who were doctors. And I said, hey, I want to put this transponder under my skin and let's figure out the best place for it and all that.
So as you heard there, Amal has implanted the same type of microchips pet owners use to track their dogs and cats. And despite skepticism, Amal believes that, I quote, biohacking is the future of human evolution.
The evolutionary process of random mutation doesn't necessarily have to be so random anymore. We can upgrade our bodies through direct installation of enhancing devices. But we can also, you know, gene therapies are coming where we might be able to not just correct the physical defect in the heart valve, but correct the genetic defect as well. And there might be a future coming where we are able to actually enhance our genes. It's kind of an exciting time to be able to start, you know, directing the flow of your own personal evolution through, you know, kind of do-it-yourself projects. It's very exciting.
We now welcome to the show our in-house tech expert, Dhananjay Khadilkar. Dan, what are some other examples of biohacking?
Well, at least the term biohacking includes a wide range of technologies and applications. As we saw, one of the applications for do-it-yourself RFID stuff. There are other do-it-yourself stuff, like, for example, if you want to optimize your body functions, you can, besides your exercise and dietary regimes, you can use supplements such as amino acids or vitamins to optimize the functions of the body and the mind. Researchers have claimed that it also not only enhances your bodily functions, but can improve your IQ and memory. And then there are other industrial uses, like, for example, there are companies which are into researching to produce leather using bacteria or to produce meat in laboratory. Then there are other applications in terms of horticulture, perhaps. Scientists are trying to produce fruits which are, like, for example, apples and cherries, which are non-browning. So there are multiple applications for biohacking. A term, it's a very wide term. In general, what it does is it tweaks biological processes to have optimized or customized functions that we desire.
All right, thanks for that, Dhananjay. And we're now going to move on. It's time for Test 24. Motorola enters the smartwatch race with a first-round Android Wear device. But does it stand up to the hype around the design? Dhananjay has tested the Moto 360 for us. Dan, what did you think of it?
At least it's quite impressive, looks-wise and function-wise. First of all, it's a very good-looking watch. It comes with a leather strap. Secondly, I like the design. The dial is quite big, so you can easily navigate through different functions, either using touch or using voice. You can read SMS, you can read different messages, say on WhatsApp, and you can also have your fitness tracker to measure your heart rate. You can send SMS texts using voice control. I'll just try to demonstrate this. Send text to Alec. What's up, dude? As you can see, it's you can use this smartwatch without any touch as well. You can the best thing about this smartwatch is that you can get notifications about the calls you are getting. So if you are annoying calls, you can just reject them on the watch without having to actually pick up the phone and look who's calling. And so, yeah, I think it's a very handy device for someone who wants to be cool, who wants to be trendy, and who wants to show off.
And what about the price? Is it worth the price?
I think so. The price is 250 euros. So, I mean, right now, if you haven't invested in a watch yet, or if you're a non-watch person, I think you should not mind spending 250 euros on this watch. But if you have exquisite taste for some expensive watches, then I don't think you would be inclined to buy this watch.
From all the smartwatches in the market, is this the one to get?
Right now, yes. Moto 360 is among the best on the market currently.
All right, thanks for that, Dhananjay. And thank you for tuning in to another edition of Tech 24. That's all we have time for. But don't forget, you can give us your ideas or your feedback on Facebook or on Twitter. Our hashtag is Tech24. And we leave you today with images of a test drive of Instagram's latest feature, Hyperlapse, over 4 major New York City bridges. Hyperlapse allow users to easily make time-lapse videos without shelling out thousands of dollars in video equipment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.